You are looking live at the meet in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Prestige proudly presents Nothing to Lose. My name is Jordan Castle, joined back in the booth by the incomparable Z-Man, the influencer, Brian Zane.
Jordan, these bright lights are setting my soul on fire. It's a Viva Las Vegas kind of feeling, our second event in less than a week, and we are feeling the love in Sin City. And look at this action.
A Prestige debut on tap from two of England's finest. That is Kid Lykos in the mask. Kid Lykos unmasked. Lykos 2 in the mask. Coming all the way from over the pond here. And how apropos, Brian Zane, that their opponents are kicking us off after the way they close things out at Roseland 11.
This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Big contrast in styles between the Lykos Gym and Sinner and Saint, but I think that the former Prestige Tag Champions have the edge, especially after that big surge of momentum from that shocking action, turning their back on Alan Angel. I couldn't believe it. Well, Jordan, the Prestige Wrestling faithful is abuzz ever since what happened last Saturday at Prestige Roseland.
Yeah, you said you were shocked. The world was shocked after what we saw. Judas Icarus and Travis Williams saying enough is enough, dropping their former leader, world champion Alan Angels, on his head with the ode to the fall.
That's a bold strategy. They're basically walking away from, in my opinion, their meal ticket, the glue that was holding the whole group together. It's going to be interesting to see how Sinner and Saint will do going forward without the support of the world champion.
You know, you're certainly right in it being the thing that was holding the group together, the glue that was holding the group together. But it's not as if Judas Icarus and Travis Williams just emerged from the pocket of Alan Angels, right? These guys have been killing it up and down the Pacific Northwest, the greater Vancouver area, as a fantastic tag team long before Alan Angels was even a twinkle in the eye of Prestige Wrestling. Not only that, but in their time as Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions, how many times did we really see Alan Angels intervene? How many times did Alan Angels insert himself the way that Sinner and Saint inserted themselves in Alan Angels matches to make any sort of difference?
Well, that's not Alan Angels' job. That's not his part of the dynamic.
But in what world do Sinner and Saint need Alan Angels? If he wasn't helping them retain the gold, if he wasn't helping them win matches the way they were helping him, what did they serve to gain from an association with Angels?
Hey, when they won the tag team champs, they were associated with Angels, were they not?
They were.
I rest my case.
But he was not involved.
I rest. The case is rested, Jordan.
Well, right now, something to prove here. Judas Icarus starting things off against Kid Lykos. In comes Lykos 2. These two so fast, so frenetic in pace, and referee Devin Campbell quickly losing control of this one, Brian.
He needs to assert his authority early on here. We're just in the first matchup. It's going to be a long night if the referees can't exercise their authority.
Both of these teams with something to prove. The name of the event might be Nothing to Lose, but they both have quite a bit to lose. For Sinner and Saint, their first tag team match after striking out against Alan Angels. For Lykos Gym, their Prestige debut. Who do you think has more to gain, more to lose in this particular match, Brian?
Well, absolutely. It's Kid Lykos, the Lykos team, I should say.
Lykos Gym.
They have the most to gain and to lose because, like you said, this is their Prestige debut. It's not their first go-around in the States, but they're trying to make a name for themselves here as this team, trying to get over stateside. And a win like over Sinner and Saint would do them wonders, I would think.
Hurricane Rana takes Williams off his feet. Both members of the Lykos Gym taking advantage. of the moments in time allotted by referee Devin Campbell, the grace period. And in comes the born sinner, Judas Icarus, trying his hand, but having very little luck against the older, larger Lykos.
I was doing my research about the Lykos gym, and I discovered they were wrestled once in a French company called BZW, which is great because those were the initials of the EFED I had in high school.
You were an EFEDer? Color me shocked, Brian saying.
And I named it after myself. Can you believe it?
You know, we've talked a lot about Sinner and Saint and their time away from Allen Angels, what they have to prove if they win this matchup. But what if they lose? Doesn't that potentially put Lykos Gym in contention for a future Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Championship match against the Midnight Heat?
Absolutely. And I think, you know, a loss might hurt Sinner and Saint in the short term, but they would learn from it. And I think that in the long term, they would become only stronger. Oh, nice.
Allen Angels, the man that Sinner and Saint turned their back on. In action later on tonight in our main event, putting that Prestige Wrestling World title up for grabs against Calvin Tankman. Cover here. And a kick out. I gotta say, they have not lost a step. Big changes happening for Sinner and Saint, but if anything, they look better, more determined than ever, Brian.
Yeah, in fact, I think what they just did a minute ago was kind of cut off the Lykos Gym from copying their own defensive maneuvers in the corner. That was pretty smart.
Lykos Gym clearly doing their homework on Sinner and Saint here. I believe Kid Lykos was asking for a timeout. I don't believe we have those in the sport of professional wrestling.
Well, maybe not in America. I don't know if the rules, how different they are in the UK.
Cover. Such a far cry. Cover once again, excuse me.
They start much earlier, I'll tell you that much, and they're throwing arm drags out of the womb. The Lykos, both Lykos 1 and 2, started at 11 years of age.
Unbelievable.
You know, we in America think it's shocking when kids start at 16 or 17 in wrestling. We don't know the half of it.
Over a decade of experience under their belt, still in the prime of their careers, but it's not helping them thus far. This has been all Sinner and Saint for the last several minutes.
Absolutely. Lykos 1's got a lot to prove. Oh, it wasn't that long ago he took over 2 years off after having to retire due to a litany of injuries. So ever since he's been back, he's definitely been trying to prove that he's worth every penny. Look at
Lykos with a cheap shot to Judas Icarus. Travis Williams stops him from making the tag here. The professional, the winner of the 2024 Cascadia Wrestling Cup. Nobody home there.
Nice.
Here comes Lykos too, a man who took over the mantle, took over the mask after the initial Kid Lykos retirement, that 2-year span. He took away from the sport of professional wrestling. Since returning, they've made one hell of a tag team. Woo! And cross bodies like that, a good indication of why.
And he was recruited to succeed Lykos 1 because of how similar in style they are. And it's really just like looking into a mirror, seeing him in action here.
Kid Lykos too, looking for the brain buster. Him and Lykos are no strangers, they're not shy, I should say, but they believe they have one of the best brain busters in professional wrestling. Cover.
Oh my goodness, couldn't have maybe an upset here if they won, but not yet.
Would you consider it an upset against Sinner and Saint because of their standing as former Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champions?
Here in Prestige, I would certainly say so.
Again, we are away from home territory. We're not in Portland. We're not even in Los Angeles. We'll be returning to Portland May 15th for Conquer the World in association with West Coast Pro. Returning to Los Angeles June 1st with United in association with West Coast Pro and DPW. Sinner and Saint no doubt hoping to earn their way an opportunity under those events.
That's right, those tickets, prestigewrestling.net is how you get them.
Patreon.com/Prestige Wrestling.
Oh!
For the first shot at any available tickets here, and a very aggressive Travis Williams makes the tag back out to Judas Icarus.
That's right, those beautiful strikes. That's what brought Williams to the dance. And look at that, they're taking him down piece by piece.
Outlasted an entire tournament at the Cascadia Wrestling Cup. This is classic Sinner and Saint. Brainbuster there for Williams. Icarus, the legal man, in the cover. And Lykos breaking up the pin. It's got a sting to the Lykos Gym. They make a big stink about how they have one of the best brainbusters in professional wrestling today, only for Lykos 2 to nearly lose the match, courtesy of one from Williams.
That's wild, and it's great to see the fans in full force out here at the meet in Las Vegas. So many different options during this time of year, during this event.
Ode to the Fallen here, the same move that they used to win Tag Team Gold, the same move they used to distance themselves from Allen Angels just this past weekend at Roseland 11, but it wasn't to be.
I mean, so many things, so many ways to spend your time on a WrestleMania week such as this. So how cool is it to see a packed house here enjoying Prestige Wrestling at its finest?
100 strong here at the meet. And they might be seeing the Lykos gym pick up that upset against Sinner and Saint. Big backstabber by Kid Lykos.
He is feeling it and feeling the love. Hear this American crowd.
4 years of tag team experience, and you see the tag team synergy here, Z-Man.
Absolutely, it's what it's all about. That's the key to victory here, is that team fluidity, and my goodness.
Spanish fly, PK combination cover. No, broken up in the last second by Judas Icarus.
I'll say both teams have excellent defense. I'm going to say that right now.
And I got to say, I think it's fair to say, there's a much more focused energy here tonight from Sinner and Saint. They're not mocking the crowd. They're not mugging, making faces. They are all business tonight, Brian Zane. One has to think that has so much to do with their newfound attitude, their newfound distancing from the frontman Alan Angels.
Well, as I alluded to with the Lykos gym, Sinner and Saint also have a lot to prove.
Again, looking for that brain buster, one of the best in the biz. They're very proud of it, but they got a little too confident. And Travis Williams catching Lykos too. Lykos catching Icarus. Icarus returns fire.
I mean, imagine if Sinner and Saint, after making this big proclamation, this big stand against Alan Angels, and they go and they lose their first match out after that. That would be humiliating for them.
Sinner and Saint looking to bob and weave. They indeed do not want to be humiliated here. Round and round we go. Catching Lykos, slipping with a tope suicida. And Icarus has Lykos too in his sights.
Boy, these front row fans, they're getting the best value for dollar in Vegas. Look at that.
To the fallen. Same move they used to attack Alan Angels is the move that led them to victory. What an opening contest, Z-Man.
Yeah, so far their gamble is paid off. They're showing that they are doing just fine and dandy without the rock star Alan Angels leading the troop.
A statement made to close out Roseland 11, and tonight Sinner and Saint put their money where their mouth is. Big win here in the opening contest against one of the literal best in the the literal best in the world.
Tough break for the Lykos gym in their Prestige debut, but heck of a showing in front of a global audience, both live and on YouTube. Tell you what, this has been an incredible night of action so far. And what I love about this time of year and shows like this is you're going to see action tonight from wrestlers who have had a very full dance card just today alone. Some individuals have wrestled 2, maybe even 3 matches today already, and they are just still here, still competing at their highest level possible for the love of the game of professional wrestling.
Well, matches like these, events like these only happen thanks to our great sponsors. So right now, I want to take a moment to thank Pulsar Presents and Grand Pooh Bear, as well as Wrestling Wind Down. These Wolves, my friends over at the Stardom Cast. Shout out Matt and Rob, the D Hotel and Casino Park, Canada, the location of our Friday 10 o'clock p.m. after party, and of course, a little YouTube channel called Wrestling with Regret for making this entire weekend possible.
You're welcome, everyone. That's right, you can see my channel there on the canvas, there in black and white, immortalized here for this incredible block of shows we have between Prestige Wrestling, DPW, and West Coast Pro Wrestling. The three-headed monster, as I've called it before, they have done it again. We've got a great block of events, not just with those companies, but also we've got Marvelous, we've got Stardom. It's just brilliant what we've got collected here at the meet.
We are truly doing it for the content, Brian Zand.
You said it.
Gonna throw it back to ringside. With the best voice in the biz, the one and only EV Kiyoshi. Shout out his Wooloo gang. And look at that vest, Z-Man. It is Vegas best.
It's a nice vest. I think the tea's ready, Jordan.
I am looking forward to this one, C-Man. The International Six-Man Tag becoming somewhat of a tradition WrestleMania weekend.
We love it.
We've seen Galeno del Mal and El Hijo del Wagner Jr. here at the scene a couple times before, most recently back at Alive with Just Breathing in Los Angeles against Jeff Cobb and the Blackheart Leo Rush, respectively. The first time out for the King of Strange style AREZ, but Brian Zane, when it comes to Lucha Libre, don't get much better.
Absolutely, they are Lucha Libre legacy. These guys here, it's incredible to see them here. And, you know, we talk about, I said before about WrestleMania week and some of the magic that comes with it. I love this congregation of all these different styles and types from all over the world coming together for a few nights of just really incredible action across the board. And I'm so glad that I get to be a part of this momentous evening here, especially with you, Jordan.
Pleasure's all mine, C-Man. From one side of the world to another. From the stars of Lucha Libre in Mexico to the land of the rising sun and the stars of Dragon Gate. It's the Z-Brats. Just saw ISHIN in his prestige wrestling debut this past Saturday at Rosewood 11, a losing effort in a four-way match against fellow Dragon Gate athletes and eventual winner Ethan H.G. Shun Skywalker making his return for the first time in over a year. And the debuting Minoura.
They say styles make fights, and wow, we got a lot of different styles on display here.
A lot of different tongue on display, from the mask of Skywalker to the mouth of AREZ. Things are getting strange before referee Bradley even has the chance to sound for the opening bell.
Real meeting of the minds there. You know, I think Ibi Kiyoshi must have skinned one of Shun Skywalker's friends for that vest.
That is a bold proclamation, Brian Zane. What are you trying to say about Ibi Kiyoshi? He's a national treasure, man.
A mask under a mask. Some mind games there.
Well, sounds we are underway. Shun Skywalker. Very unorthodox way to, I guess, fire himself up here against the King of Strange style. I'll tell you what, Z-Man, if there is anyone who can match the weirdness, the unorthodox, strange style of AREZ, it is Shun Skywalker. This guy, plain and simple, he's a psychopath. He doesn't like to be called it, but he's a psychopath.
I mean, he's the real wild card of the Z-Brats, and that group in and of itself is one of the top villainous groups, I would say. Kind of the
They really raised hell in Dragon Gate in recent years.
most attested groups in Dragon Gate, absolutely. Look at this.
AREZ, shoulders down here. Referee Bradley is going to have his work cut out for him. Covers fast and furious as his signature of Lucha Libre wrestling.
There you go.
Home for AREZ there. Shun Skywalker with that sick, demented look on his face. You can't even see the whole face. Just looking at the smile, you know something's not right, Z-Man. Whoa.
My goodness.
Now. Here comes Kota and ISHIN. Numbers game coming into play against AREZ.
Well, maybe the other two should get on there and get it and join in. They're bigger than the other two.
They're also not villains like the Z-Brats. You talk about the lows that ISHIN and Kota and Shun are willing to stoop to. I'm not sure the same can be said. You got to think their father, the legendary Dr. Wagner, and still more respect in them than that, Brian Zane. You're a dad. Would you want to teach your kids to behave like this?
No comment.
The Castaway Club would not approve. Captain Mickey would not approve. Shun Skywalker trying to quiet down the crowd. Something tells me that's going to have the opposite effect.
Brat's trying to do a little crowd control here. They need to focus more on their opponents and less on the people outside the ring.
It's smart of them to pick on AREZ. He's the wild card here, not a member of the Wagner family. Galeno and El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. certainly familiar with AREZ, but nowhere near as familiar with tagging with him as they are with each other. In comes Wagner. Getting the triple team here. ISHIN and Kota taking out the big man, Galeno. It's been all Z-Brats thus far, Ryan.
It's an aggressive, chaotic strategy, and it's working so far.
Let me ask you, are you pro Z-Brats? Are you playing devil's advocate here because they have the Z in the name? Is that what's going on here?
I mean, yeah, you kind of, yeah, that's exactly it. Hey, I'm partial.
Are you even a real journalism?
Here we go.
ISHIN and Kota now. Double team at El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. in one corner. Shun having his way with Galeno in the other.
I was talking in the last match about lack of control from the referee. Brad Lee is letting it all go here. Come on.
I mean, listen, I got to give Brad Lee the benefit of the doubt here. I certainly don't want to be the one pushing around the Z-Brats.
How hard is it to count these people?
Down goes Wagner.
Learn how to count to 5 in Japanese and learn how to count to 5 in Spanish so they can get it.
Cover here from Kota. And a kick out. Again, the Z-Brats really having their way with their lucha opposition thus far. If you're Galeno, Wagner, or AREZ, what do you do to bounce back in this thing, Brian?
Well, they've got to try and recollect themselves here. The problem is they've been too far apart and they've not been able to build a cohesive strategy. AREZ has been in there on an island unto himself.
The Wagner brothers attempting to reinsert themselves.
At the very least, he needs to make a tag. He's got 2 options here.
Make a tag. Galeno and El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. are nowhere to be found. They're wiped out.
Well, again, that speaks to the effectiveness of Z-Brat's attack, is that they've been able to isolate AREZ for this long. Every time he gets a whiff of getting close to a tag, his partners are snuffed out.
ISHIN, the big man, has somewhat embraced his silly side in Dragon Gate since joining the Z-Brats, but not feeling silly here. AREZ maybe finding a way out.
No laughing matter when you're going against these guys. What a Pele kick!
From such a unique position, everything AREZ does is constantly innovating, constantly reinventing the wheel.
I mean, this match, unique is one way to describe it with all these characters. Look out!
Kota caught in the corner by the Wagner brothers.
Oh!
Tilt-a-whirl, backbreaker.
I mean, for a luchador, Galeno del Mar is huge.
It's a massive man.
He's very large.
Puts ISHIN to shame, and ISHIN is no small fry. Double headbutt from the Wagner brothers, take him off his feet.
That's right, ISHIN is the muscle. He's the heavy of the group.
Galeno now. We're gonna choke slam his brother into that standing moonsault.
That's unique.
He wants a piece of the pie himself. Round and around we go. Shades of Sinner and Saint here. Big splash from the big man. Cover.
Skywalker back in the ring there.
That's the thing, man. You gotta have eyes in the back of your head. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason in these multi-person tag team matches.
I think his suit changed color as the match went on.
What is it with the suit and you, man?
It's very captivating.
Well, suit's got eye holes, and El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. just caught him in them.
Surgeon-like precision with that eye poke. I mean, those holes in the mask are pretty small, and they have mesh.
Poking through the mesh is Wagner Jr., a fixture of pro wrestling, a former GHC heavyweight national and tag team champion.
Hey, Johnny Rods gave me an eye rake while I was wearing glasses. I still felt that.
Some tells me you deserved it. El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. lands on his feet. And no small fry in his own right. You don't necessarily notice it next to his massive brother, but he's a big boy. Much larger than Shun, and he's flying around like nobody's business.
Wow, and he's strong.
Dropped to the double underhook. Broken up by Galeno del Mal, saving the matchup for AREZ.
Good instincts, good wherewithal to break that cover up.
AREZ and his brother.
Tell you what, these fans are digging what they see here.
It's hardly blame them.
Amazing action, international action. You're only going to find at events like this of Prestige Wrestling. Look at that, whoa.
Galeno del Mal is called El Gigante Hecho Maldad, the giant done evil. But he's having some evil done to him from Shun Skywalker here.
Oh, he's trying to get him in a position. He's got him up, look out!
Down goes Shun, Demon Slayer, cover. Broken up by Kota.
That's the trick with these trios matches. You could have the biggest opening in the world for a victory, but there's always going to be someone there to break up the cover.
Again, the Demon Slayer, that's an oftentimes game ender for Galeno del Mal.
Ooh.
It's thanks to the intervention of the Zebrats. Kota and ISHIN, this match continues.
Nice.
Took both of them to get Galeno off his feet. Kota into the cover. And a kick out by Galeno. Excuse me, AREZ breaking up the count.
He was trying his best too.
AREZ here, no doubt looking to give the Zebrats a few receipts after the triple team beating they laid out on him. The early going in this matchup. Flurry of strikes here, step up Enziguri.
You know, the people at the meet really need to update their clock for daylight saving.
What is that?
Sorry.
On the apron, PK to Kota. And he ain't donesy, man.
What's he got in mind here? Oh!
Step up moonsault. A variation on the acai moonsault. Not really a springboard, more using it as a stepping stone.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't get much height, but he comes down hard either way.
Galeno, El Hijo off the ropes. Taken out of the ring.
Oh, look at that agility. Almost land on his feet.
Tope Suicida from Shun Skywalker.
Boy, these chairs over the course of today have seen a lot of shuffling around, a lot of traffic.
No shot, ISHIN's flying.
Cannonball!
That is a big man going very fast. ISHIN like a bullet through the air. Brian saying, that is a bigger man. If you can believe it, that is an even bigger man.
The biggest in the match. Are you kidding me?
No way, man. Someone's got to stop this. No shot. It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Galeno del Mal! Oh my God!
Holy free holies!
Prestige Wrestling forever, baby! I thought we saw some insane feats of athleticism against Jeff Cobb back in Los Angeles. Galeno's turning up the heat here, but gave ISHIN too much time. ISHIN now muscles him up, but he can't do it. Galeno, oh, can he? He can!
Ooh, that is some strength right there.
Cover, only a one. After that, only a one, Brian.
That's also some strength.
Headbutt there from Mal. Off comes the elbow pad, thinking lariat. Lariat.
Oh, man.
It's got to be it. Oh, Galeno wants to put the exclamation mark.
He spun faster than a roulette wheel on that one. Oh, my goodness. And that's snake eyes right there.
Galeno special secures the win.
That was some rootin' tootin' lucha action. What a great way to keep the action going and flowing here in Las Vegas.
AREZ and the brothers had a rough go at the start, but managed to bounce back in a big way. These three are simply put inhuman, Brian Zane.
They are truly doing some feats of superhuman strength right here. What a moment. Jordan, it's been a hell of a week for Prestige Wrestling after the success of Roseland 11, celebrating the 8th anniversary of Prestige.
Hold on, Bradley.
Oh, no.
Shun Skywalker thinking exploder suplex, but I'm thinking better of it. And now he goes out to Wagner Jr. taking out the trash.
Oh, well, at least there's some fans who can console him after the fact.
You're absolutely right, Brian Zane. It's been a heck of a week, and then some, and the good times keep on rolling. May 15th, Conquer the World back in Portland, Oregon, featuring the stars of Prestige and West Coast Pro. Back to Los Angeles on June 1st, United, featuring the Prestige debut of legit Layla Hirsch and Trevor Lee head-to-head with Cedric Alexander. And then the big one, July 13th, back to the Viking Pavilion in Portland, Oregon. We're running the arena one more time. It is Combat Clash 25, featuring the Inspiration, Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, Matt Cardona, and AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Tony Storm.
Oh man, I cannot wait. Combat Clash in 2024 was one of the biggest events in the history of wrestling in Portland, and I think that Combat Clash 2025 has the potential to go even bigger. How about that? Timeless Tony Storm's going to make an appearance at Combat Clash. That's going to be great.
She said, chin up, something out, and watch for the shoe?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Singles competition up next. Big opportunity for both of these athletes. Something to prove, quite a bit to lose, despite the name of the show. Jordan Cruz returns to Prestige Wrestling for the first time in nearly a calendar year.
Man, I'll never forget how Jordan Cruz brutalized Jaden the Unbelievable at the Roseland Theater, throwing him against that steel pole. And even though Jaden, he got his win back eventually, but boy, Jordan Cruz made a statement to the world when he came to Prestige Wrestling earlier.
Incredible trilogy of matchups against the former Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champion, Jaden the Unbelievable. And something tells me, I don't want to put it out into the universe, but something tells me history might be repeating itself here. Let me ask you, Brian Zane, what were you up to when you were 17 years of age?
Nothing I feel comfortable sharing with on YouTube.
Bodhi Young Prodigy was competing across the continental United States in some of the very best wrestling promotions the independents have to offer. Tonight, making his Prestige debut here at Nothing to Lose.
Absolutely. I mean, he is already a veteran in his own right. He is a young kid, and he's still got a great future ahead of him, but I think he's definitely got a full plate here. Maybe he went to one too many trips to the buffet going against a guy the size of Jordan Cruz.
Saying bit off a little more than he could chew.
Here we go. Oh, my goodness.
And case in point, caught in midair. Take nothing away from Bodhi. Such a bright future. That's if he, hold on, lands on his feet. I was going to say that's if he makes it to that future, but it's looking pretty good for him. And as soon as I say it, I gotta just stop talking, Z-Man.
Well, let's at least be glad for Bodhi's sake there are no load-bearing poles nearby.
Yeah, there's an angry Jordan Cruz. Drop kick from Bodhi. This has to be the strategy. Stick and move. Stay moving. Use that high-octane athleticism to keep Jordan Cruz off his feet and finish this one off quickly.
Yeah, Bodhi's gonna have to stick and move. That's gonna be his primary strategy. Because once Jordan gets his mitts on you, it's going to be a long night.
Cruz there with a big knee strike. Those are the ace in the hole for Jordan Cruz. There's a reason he has the spear. Emblazoned on those knee pads into the Falcon Arrow.
I'm sure that Bodhi doesn't want to do any posing now. Not feeling so sure of himself after that slam. I felt it.
Cruz is enjoying this, man. He has taken his time. He's waited months, damn near a year, to be back in a Prestige wrestling ring. He's going to lap up every single second of it.
poor Bodhi, he's going to suffer the consequences of being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Listen, I'll give Bodhi this. He's fighting like hell. He's not giving it up to Cruz. He's not saying, all right, I'll live to fight another day. I'll stay down. He wants this, but that might not be advisable.
Well, fortune favors the bold, but there's a thin line between crazy and stupid. Oh my goodness.
Huge lariat folding BYP inside out.
I think he crossed the line into the fourth dimension with that clothesline. Good Lord.
Cruz can put the match away there. He doesn't want it. He wants to make a statement. This match is over. Jordan Cruz is playing with his food here effectively, Brian saying.
Well, he truly could end it sooner if he wanted to, but you really can't give Bodhi any breaks. You can't give him an inch because he's a scrappy kid.
Can give him that. A huge shot to the mush, but Bodhi somehow finds the wherewithal to beg Cruz off from the top.
Look at that.
Cross body, this time it lands. No catch from Cruz, but how much should it take out of Bodhi in the process?
Right, boy, if Bodhi picks up a win here, his light will shine brighter than the Neon Museum.
One has to think an upset win here against Jordan Cruz guarantees future bookings here in Prestige Wrestling. Potentially West Coast Pro, potentially DPW. Jawbreaker there.
Absolutely.
Step up Enziguri.
I know he's built a name for himself here in Las Vegas, but certainly on a platform such as this, a win over Cruz could take him even higher.
Pop up. Hurricane Rana reversal there. Shoulders down. Only a 2. You can see BYP's feeling the rhythm. He's got to strike while the iron's hot, Z-Man.
He's feeling the rhythm, feeling the rhyme, and pretty soon it's flying time. Look at this.
It was Gloria Estefan who said the rhythm is going to get ya. 450.
Oh, wait a minute.
Caught in the clutches of Cruz.
Wow, that's great instincts by Cruz, great reflexes. Oh my God.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. Usually we see guys roll out of dodge or get the knees up. Cruz had the wherewithal to catch Bodhi with his hand.
That's confidence.
Oh no, Jordan Cruz saying everybody gets superplex. Woo! Down goes BYP.
Oh, brother, he came down hard on that one. Oh, and his neck just went 3 different directions.
DVD into the neck. Shining Wizard. BYP 1, 2.
Good.
Oh no. What are we doing here, man? Jordan Cruz picking Bodhi's shoulders up from off the canvas. What are we doing here, Zane?
Come on, Jordan. It's a school night. He's got to go to bed early.
Well, Cruz isn't letting him. Cruz is keeping this thing going. I don't know what he's trying to prove. He's got the matchup won decisively here.
We've talked about it. He wants to really show everybody he's still
no more sorrow.
He's showing everyone just who he is.
Well, if it was a statement Jordan Cruz wanted, it was a statement he got.
Well, welcome back to Prestige Wrestling on the big stage in Sin City, the biggest weekend of the year in our business. I mean, that's how you make a return. That's how you make an impact in our business, Jordan.
Oftentimes returning from an injury, months on the shelf, you see athletes lose a step. A little bit of ring rust. Couldn't be further from the truth for Jordan Cruz. Arguably bigger, badder, better. And as he proved tonight against BYP, more dangerous than ever.
Yeah, the rest of the Prestige locker room had better watch out and mind their P's and Q's.
Bodhi Young Prodigy only just now coming to. Gonna be helped to his feet here.
Now what's left of him? Why can't the fans throw him some money like they did the Luchadors?
Well,
pay for his medical bills.
Talk about throwing some money. At this point, I want to give a quick shout out to the great subscribers to the Gold League, the Gold tier of our Patreon, patreon.com/Prestige Wrestling, for showing us a little love. I'm talking about Alice Hoffman, Brad Tarter, Brian Brown, Brilla, Calvin Ryan, Chad Floyd, David, Derek Schuell, Dustin James, G. Scott Stuckey, Gage, Gunn, Isaac M., that one guy, Jen Evans, Josh, Lanois Brown, Justin Yutzi, Kelly, Corey Osborne, Lloyd Leia, Matt, Matthew Kinney, Mega Freddy 25, Mel Dodoli, Mike Ramey, Neil Wilson, Oz Segala, Overthrow, Paul M., Ricky Mathania, Robert Bradley, Ryan Hansen, Schlingerblade, Scott Erickson, Scott Togstad, Stuart McFerrin, Susan Grishman, Waffle, William, and Zora Gale. We thank you so much.
Jordan, save some oxygen for the rest of us.
Got a whole show to do, Z-Man.
Schlingerbangle.
I like overthrow with no consonants. No vowels. Thank you. Hey, I just read that whole thing, man. Cut me some slack.
It's been a long day. Jordan Priest has been lately making a real career out of fighting Japanese legends. He's definitely been out to prove his worth to his Japanese cohorts and colleagues, and a match like this against one of the greatest of all time from that part of the world, brother, there are few places you can shoot higher. Jordan, I've long held a belief that wrestling is so much more mental than physical. And when you see an entrance that awe-inspiring, how do you not get psyched out before the bell even rings?
We saw Adam Priest pacing beside our commentary booth, smacking his head, talking to himself. Adam Priest, he keeps a good head on his shoulders. He's confident for good reason. Former DPW national champion. But even he has to be quaking in his boots, Z-Man.
Well, like I said, Priest has really been wanting to build his resume on the backs of other Japanese wrestling legends. And so for him, this is just another feather in the cap.
Well, that's if the match even happens. Adam Priest might say, thanks, I'm good. I'm going to head to Japan unscathed. we have our fun, right? We like to make fun of Adam Priest. We like to poke fun, right? That being said, I can't say I blame the man. I mean, what would you do against Minoru Suzuki? You're going to go hold for hold, toe-to-toe with the king of Pancrase?
No, you know what? I wouldn't try and fight dirty either, because Suzuki knows almost better than anyone how to give it back just as bad.
Not afraid to have a little fun. We saw that against Robert Martyr back at Hybrid Moments in Asbury Park, New Jersey. We miss you, Bob. Saw it against Akira last year at Roseland 7. Man,
look at the physique of Priest.
Look at the physique of Suzuki, middle-aged man.
Oh.
Big shot there from Adam Priest. And something tells me Minoru Suzuki will be more than happy to return in kind.
Well, I mean, Priest should know better than to try and get into a chop war. Boy.
They're not even having any effect on him. Brian's not staggering, he's not wincing, nothing.
Well, those perfect pecs of Priest might be suffering soon. Look at this. He's smiling, he's laughing at his face.
Suzuki saying, all right, you showed me, let me show you how it's done, young boy.
That's right.
And Priest, he wants none of it.
Now that's showing a smart strategy. Why should he stand in there like a jamoke and just open himself up to a strike?
Two things. I love your use of the word jamoke, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Second, I hate to agree with you, but I gotta. Adam Priest is wise to roll out of the ring. He's got nothing to prove to anyone.
Nothing to prove and nothing to lose.
Use that hashtag. Let us know what you're enjoying here.
Well,
now standing up to Minoru Suzuki.
See, Priest is no dummy. He doesn't want to get caught in the crossfire. Look at this.
Ducks the chop.
Stick and move.
Rolls outside the ring.
He's got a stick and move here. I think if he can get in the head of the murder grandpa, he might have an opening.
Last saw Adam Priest here in Prestige Wrestling back at Roseland X. Hell of a fight against Timothy Thatcher. Another hard hitter, another one of the most dangerous strikers in professional wrestling. Came up on the losing end, but really proved his salt here. And shoving Minoru Suzuki. Come on. Suzuki psyching him out and grabbing him by the ears. Priest again rolling to the outside, and this time Suzuki's there to follow.
Oh dear. Well, now you just made him mad, and now here come the chops.
Yeah, now you made your bet, Adam Priest. Time to lay in it. It's very painful. There's a lot of chops.
Gonna make him eat his vegetables. Oh!
I would rather eat every vegetable under the sun than a singular chop from Minoru Suzuki. I'm talking squash, asparagus, the whole deal.
Even jicama?
Even jicama, Brian Zane.
Because jicama's terrible.
Adam Priest's chest. It's going to look like mincemeat in short order here. Giving us a tour of the gorgeous meat is Minoru Suzuki. Oh no, he's got a chair in hand.
Well, Priest's chest is going to look like gorgeous meat at this rate after all these chops.
And let's make it clear that is a ringside chair per the discretion of referee Fidel Martinez. That does not count as a disqualification. I also think Fidel doesn't want to disqualify Suzuki out of fear, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, we've certainly seen a trend of referees dropping the ball at times so far tonight, so I think it's just par for the course.
Suzuki back in the ring, more than happy to opt for the...
And they can't find me for all this commentary about it because I'm not a competitor.
More than happy to opt for the count-out win, and he just might get it. Suzuki's got a busy weekend. He's the DDT Universal Champion, defending that title against Yoshihiko tomorrow.
The Yoshihiko?
The one and only.
Wow.
He wants to finish this one as quickly as possible, but Adam Priest is rolling back in. I joked at the onset, maybe he was just going to call it a day. Maybe he was just going to live to fight another day. That's not the case. Priest wants a win here, Brian Zane. Jokes aside, he knows how much that would mean.
I mean, Las Vegas is all about winning. It's the only way to survive in this town.
Oh no, armbar cinched in from Suzuki.
Oh boy.
What do they call it at the slot machine when you come out empty?
Ouch.
It's happening to Adam Priest right about now. Oh no, twisted like a pretzel, courtesy of the king.
Getting his fingers broken?
That's not in slots. Maybe you don't pay back in time. Minoru Suzuki having his way with Adam Priest. You know, you talked about the gambit that Adam Priest has run against several impressive top stars in the Land of the Rising Sun. He himself will be making his Japanese debut in association with Deadlock Pro Wrestling in a few months' time. So how much I should say, would a win over Minoru Suzuki do for his standing, for his momentum heading into that match?
Oh man, I mean that would launch his career like a rocket as he gets ready to take on the Land of the Rising Sun. But look at this.
Single leg Boston Crab applied, center of the ring, smile plastered on the face of Minoru Suzuki.
Oh boy, he's getting down deep.
Adam Priest may have no choice but to tap here.
I mean, if he wants to live to fight not just another day, but the rest of this weekend, maybe he should tap.
His body is turning red. Look at the skin color of Adam Priest.
Absolutely, he's been getting tenderized in a major way at the hands of Suzuki.
I mean, it's not just the chest with those chops, that's one thing. Look at the face. So much pain, so much blood flow there, courtesy of this hold. Suzuki now transitioning into an STF. Crossface of sorts. Adam Priest perhaps with no choice but to tap out here.
Can't quite get the grip around the neck.
Gets the foot on the bottom rope, forces the break. People may not like it, but it's the right call from referee Fidel.
That's good ring awareness. He knew where he was and was able to reach out, get that rope to safety, and grabbing the ropes, it's not as easy as it looks, folks.
Now, Priest is a tactician, man. You don't win that DPW National Championship. You don't defend it time and time again the way Adam Priest did without knowing your way around the squared circle, but that was not smart. That was not smart, Priest.
Oh, my goodness.
How often do you see a man headbutt another man, and said man, the latter man, he looks pissed off. He looks angry more than anything.
I mean, it takes a certain kind of mentality to withstand a headbutt like that. It's no mentality.
Suzuki staggered there. Priest cuts him off. Brian Zane, this is the first time in the matchup that Adam Priest has looked like he has any sort of real chance against Suzuki. Cutting him down to size.
And that has happened because he's not playing Suzuki's game. He's trying to wrestle the match at his own pace and his own game plan, and it's working right now.
Figure four, leg lock applied. Priest saying no. Suzuki here, grabbing at the boot.
And look at this, the look on Suzuki's face. I don't speak Japanese, but I can read body language, and I think that he is, fighting out of this. Oh my goodness, and finding his own way to administer punishment.
Adam Priest with no choice, reaching for those bottom ropes, forcing the break. Minoru Suzuki, again, I said it before, I'll say it again, having his way with Adam Priest. But before he can make it back up to a vertical base, Priest cuts him off, cover. Only a 2.
Boy, he almost had him there. He just rearranged his face with that boot.
Very unique cover, pressing down on the arm as opposed to hooking the leg like we usually see.
I'm gonna get those shoulders up. If you pin him down, it gets a little more difficult.
Priest maybe zeroing in here. Again with the chop.
Well, that is some bombastic side eye from Minoru Suzuki there.
Oh, the chop didn't work. A rake of the eyes will. Suzuki's angry, Z-Man. And you won't like the king when he's angry. Shoots him off. Suzuki reverses in the corner. Big boot.
Here we go now. Coming off the ropes and that big old kick right to the chest and sternum.
Lackadaisical cover there from Suzuki. Is there any part of Minoru Suzuki that you think maybe isn't taking Adam Priest seriously enough?
Any part of him? I would say his elbow.
Oh no, again, grasping at the ears of Adam Priest. It's not just disrespectful, it's painful. Throws you off your rhythm.
Oh!
And those chirping chops, man, it doesn't matter how many times in any given match I hear them. From Minoru Suzuki, they will never fail to make me wince.
Absolutely. I think people watching this on YouTube are feeling it.
Suzuki beckoning for more, saying that's all you got? Show me more. Bring it on, kid.
He's not feeling it, obviously. Oh!
Well, Priest felt that. I gotta say, credit where credit is due. Very resilient performance here tonight from Adam Priest. A lesser man would have been put away a long, long time ago.
Though I'll give him credit, he is tough as nails, and I think he's especially showing his worth against Suzuki here, but I don't think even he can take much more of this.
Tate stomps to the back. Again, it's the MO, the modus operandi of Minoru Suzuki. Not only disrespectful, but painful to boot. Still, Adam Priest with fighting spirit?
Boy, that was a little bit of a last gasp of adrenaline, but the adrenaline dump may be underway. And I think the beginning of the end could be beginning.
Yeah, the soul goes so far. At a certain point, the body with no choice but to give out. It's got nothing left to give. Standing switches here. DDT!
Oh my God. Planted him right on that weird haircut.
Oh, I'm going to tell him you said that, Brian.
No, you won't.
I got to say, to land a DDT like that against Minoru Suzuki, it's decisive here for Adam Priest.
Oh, Suzuki, one of the stars of the all-time cinematic classic Kaiju Mono.
Sleeper hold!
Getting ready to put this monster down to sleep.
If this was a major motion picture, I think we'd be seeing Finn, period, in a matter of moments.
Oh man, the Gotch style pile driver imminent, Jordan.
Gotch style. Wait for it. Wait for it. Pile driver. Good night, Adam Priest. Count to 100, referee Fidel.
Got to give Adam Priest credit because he hung in there. Like you said, a lesser individual would have crumbled far sooner than that. But in the end, age wins out, and you've got Minoru Suzuki staking his claim once again as a legend to beat here in Prestige. You'll love to see it.
The crown sits firmly perched on the head of Minoru Suzuki. I know one man who doesn't love to see it, one man who didn't love to feel it. That's Adam Priest. Oh, Fidel, no, Fidel! Thank God, run for the hills, fella. Get out of there.
Get out of here before Butterbean wants another piece of ya.
The DDT Universal Champion victorious tonight. Always a pleasure to have Minoru Suzuki in a Prestige wrestling ring. Want to once more give a quick shout out to our great sponsors, Pulsar Presents and Grand Pooh Bear. Thank you so much for making tonight possible. In addition, the Wrestling Wind Down, These Wolves, the Stardom Cast, the D Hotel and Casino in Bar, Canada. You can find our after party with the wrestlers this Friday at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. And of course, Brian Zane's Wrestling with Regret.
Well, the pleasure is all yours, Jordan. I'm glad to, have my name officially associated with this fine program. And you know what? This action's been hot tonight, and it keeps getting better. We have so many more great matches ahead. There we go, Devin Campbell. Making sure that tag rope is nice and coiled up there. All right. I'm looking forward to this one.
Talk about great matchups. This man, a great matchup machine. Just about 2 hours removed, perhaps less, from a successful event of the West Coast Pro Heavyweight Championship. Kevin Blackwood, there's no rest for the weary, my friend.
That's right, he is a busy boy today. And I tell you what, I said this at Roseland, I'm gonna say it again. I believe he should be the next person in line for a shot at the Prestige World Championship. In my opinion, he is Mr. Prestige.
Hey, Brian Zane, do me a favor. When I say 0-1, you say 2-1. 0-1.
2-1.
0-1.
2-1.
0-1.
I'm done with that.
Sheesh.
Slater calls himself the youngest in charge. He's a cruiserweight with a global reputation at a remarkably young age. The kid, I think, just turned 21, or he's not even that yet.
20 years of age is Leon Slater.
20 years old, and this kid from England is already making waves.
I asked you earlier on tonight when Bodhi Young Prodigy made his Prestige Wrestling debut what you did when you were 17. What were you up to when you were 20 years old, Z-Man?
No comment.
Leon Slater's been traveling the world, winning championship gold alongside men like DREXL in his native United Kingdom, an honorary Hardy Boy in TNA Wrestling, and tonight, his Prestige Wrestling debut against the aesthetic crippler, Kevin Blackwood.
Right, Slater recently, a few months ago, was within an eyelash of becoming X Division champion even.
Talking about championship gold, the win tonight against Blackwood would catapult him to the top of the list for a potential West Coast Pro Heavyweight Championship match.
That's right. Slater, by the way, is from Bradford, England. You know who else is from Bradford?
Who was that?
Zayn from One Direction.
All right.
That's right.
Well,
the more you know.
Tonight, Leon Slater looking to make this the best night ever. Sweet music in that ring, the best song ever against Kevin Blackwood. You know, I hosted Leon Slater during one of his first American expeditions, a little under 2 years ago. He was so impressive then, but he was a skinny kid, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and in the time since, he has really blossomed, not just physically, but also mentally, the way he carries himself in that ring into a fully-fledged superstar.
That's right. Early in his career, definitely seemed like he was trying to follow other wrestlers' playbooks, but as time has gone on, he's gained more experience. He's starting to form his own style.
Headlock cinched in here on Blackwood. For so long, a tag team competitor alongside a man like DREXL. As real. Whoa.
Well, that smile, that hides, what has got to be something that's bubbling up inside of Blackwood right now.
Listen, Kevin Blackwood has had a very, very long day today. Mentioned the West Coast Pro Heavyweight Championship defense against Calvin Tankman. Before that, big-time matchup against Hechicero. This is his third match day, Brian Zane.
Well, like I mentioned,
Kevin Blackwood suckering Leon Slater in.
That's right.
Turning lemons into lemonade.
These folks take the multiple bookings on WrestleMania weekend because of all the opportunities available and all the fans who want to see some action at all hours of the day. But eventually the body does have its limits, and we're going to see if Blackwood's reached his tonight.
Handspring back elbow from Slater. Blackwood rolls to the outside, but I don't think you're safe there, aesthetic crippler. Not against Leon Slater. Big boot.
These fans have great reflexes. They've learned fast.
Big splash. We've already had several events. This is the third of the day here at the meet.
You think they figured it out by now? Tell you what, if you don't know who Leon Slater is going into this show, I think you're getting a pretty good idea now.
I mentioned during the entrance an honorary Hardy Boy cover.
Weren't we all honorary Hardys on the trampoline when we were kids?
We weren't all teaming with Matt and Jeff in trios action regularly the way Leon Slater is.
There you go. Key difference there.
Of course, Slater, that same extreme high-flying style here, keeping it measured against Blackwood. We've already seen shades. Drops the leg, guillotine, axe kick there, making it look too easy.
There we go, and you got man like DREXL on the outside cheering his man on, the lyrical gangster.
Lyrical dragon.
Sorry.
Leon setting up for something big here. Nobody home there.
Here we go.
Blue Thunder Bomb attempted, Blue Thunder Bomb evaded, double foot stomp. What do I always say, Brian? Saying Kevin Blackwood has made a career out of hitting that double foot stomp anywhere and everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are in the ring, doesn't matter where he is in the ring. He can hit it, and more often than not, he'll beat you with it.
Blackwood is not done yet. He doesn't want to give his opponent any time to recover because that's when he's his most dangerous.
Oh! Back meet apron, the hardest part of the ring canvas where wood meets steel, just collided with the lower back of Leon Slater. Lateral press, only a 2.
The thing is, Blackwood knows so many different ways to hurt his opponents, and Slater's getting into what we call that deep water territory as Blackwood continues to tighten his grip on the kid. Just how much longer will Leon last?
Blackwood's mean, man. Plain and simple. He's got a nasty side.
Oh!
We often see it come out to play in his defenses of the West Coast Pro Heavyweight title, but I think we're seeing shades of it here. Taking Slater off his feet. People want one more. I think Blackwood more than happy to oblige.
Crowd here is awesome. Got standing room only here.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, says Blackwood. Cover, and a kick out from Slater. If you're Leon Slater, Brian, what do you have to do to bounce back here?
Well, roll out of the ring, catch your breath, find an opening, block a punch, do something. Got to get your guard up. Oh my goodness, I know he's capable, but he's got to get a couple of consecutive moves off if he wants to have any chance.
Didn't get his guard up there. Trying to fire back here against Blackwood, but this is not his game. He's a high flyer. Blackwood's the striker in this equation. You're gonna lose 10 out of 10 times. You gotta stick and move like this, shoulders down, only a 2.
You gotta try and catch Blackwood unawares. I think the element of surprise is key. Oh my gosh.
Back suplex.
Wow, the quickness with which Slater got up after getting dropped on the back of his head like that had to be pure instinct.
See Kevin Blackwood feeling it a little bit. Taking a second to recoup. Mentioned the size that Leon Slater's added in recent years. Since signing with TNA, since breaking out here in the United States, he's even more powerful than before. Abdominal stretch perhaps from Kevin Blackwood, digging that elbow, those fingers into the rib cage. Fans at home, feel that elbow, massage that elbow. It's one of the hardest bones in the human body. Imagine that dug into the rib cage.
Yeah, well, Slater didn't have to imagine it a moment ago, but you can see Blackwood here, and he's got the flower painted in his hair, but there's nothing flowery about his offense. It is rough, and it hurts.
Leon Slater, hip toss to escape. Gonna muscle Blackwood up again.
Oh,
instead putting those educated feet to good use, and both men down.
Boy, this has been a test for both men. Blackwood, we've talked about the fatigue's got to be setting in. This is a man who's been wrestling all day. And Slater, meanwhile, is facing quite the education here against Blackwood.
The advantage has to fall on the shoulder of Leon Slater, if only for that fact alone. Blackwood meets him in the corner. A big kick from Slater. Up and over, still feeling that rib cage, but still running those ropes.
Whoa, big boot.
Dropping Blackwood.
Wow.
Now Slater scaling to the top. It's a very dangerous place to be for Kevin Blackwood. Cover. Unique cover there, almost floated over into a jackknife of sorts.
Yeah, man, he was almost as high as the stratosphere when he had his maximum height there. That was crazy on that cross body.
See a man like DREXL willing Slater onwards. This is truly anyone's game to win at this junction, Brian.
Well, Leon Slater seems to have the confidence. He's moving around. He's feeling himself, but I would not let up.
Feeling at home here with these chants. But Blackwood sandbags him, cinches in that headlock. He's not going, at least not of his own accord.
Look out.
Blackwood fights out. Kick to the back, levels him.
Man, that'll send shivers down your spine, all the way to the bottoms of your feet.
Leon Slater here. You can see still grasping at that abdomen, still grasping at that rib cage. That stretch from Blackwood paying off here.
Whoa, and not to mention a strike to the back like that can knock the wind out of you.
Handspring. Cut into a German suplex, my lord.
He caught him, look at that, and he's not done.
Death Valley Driver. DVD means 1, 2.
That's gotta be it.
No, no 3.
All right, well, Slater's proven a lot to me with his toughness in this match, I'll say that much.
No doubt proven something to Kevin Blackwood, but I mean, we've alluded to it before, Brian Zane. That's been the story of his career here in Prestige. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Match of the night, sure. But is he picking up victories? Is he getting closer to the Prestige Wrestling World Championship? Not necessarily. He wants that to end tonight here with Leon Slater.
Well, jeepers, what's he got to do? I mean, like I said, I think he's proven himself against the best of the best.
Got to fight a little dirty there. Shades of his reign as West Coast Pro Heavyweight Champion, grabbing at the hair of Leon Slater, but it's not enough. The youngest in charge meets him on top.
Boy, small margin for error when you're balanced on the top turnbuckle like that.
For both of these men. Small margin for both of these athletes.
At least the ceilings here are high.
Headbutt from Blackwood.
Boy, right now this could be Blackwood's best opportunity. Go for a shot from above. Whoa, speaking of shots.
Gotta be thinking top rope double foot stomp. But Leon Slater had it coming.
Boy, that shot was stiffer than anything you'll find at the bars here on the strip.
Slater once again meeting Blackwood on top. Thinking superplex. There's that power coming into play here, Z-Man.
Oh, man, I don't like this for Blackwood. He's got to fight out of it. Good evasive tactic, and look at that.
Face full of turnbuckle. Abdomen full of turnbuckle, moreover, for Slater.
I mean, those ropes are tight cables. Look out from the double stomp avoided.
Nobody home on the double stomp. Big move from Slater off the ropes. Caught the knee strike from Blackwood.
That rattled his jaw.
Jaws are getting rattled left and right here.
Love to see it. Oh, my goodness.
Standing blue thunder bomb. Slater's got to follow up. He's got to cover, or he's got to put the exclamation mark. And I think we're seeing the latter, Z-Man.
You know, forget flying from the UK to Las Vegas. I think that big spinning blue thunder bomb gave Blackwood some jet lag.
And I think Leon Slater's looking to follow that plane ride up with a little flight from the top rope. 450, nobody home.
Nice reflexes to land on his feet, but Blackwood one step ahead.
Yakuza kick from the top. Double foot, no! Caught midair. Slater again scales the top.
Leon with the interception. This could be his chance to take it all the way home.
Swanton 450!
But the knees went up!
Kevin Blackwood got the knees up!
Oh my goodness, that could have broken his ribs for sure. Blackwood following up after playing possum!
Double foot stomp!
Brilliant! That's gotta be it. Good night, Slater.
Must have seen that move half a dozen times now. It will never get old. And still, Blackwood with the wherewithal to get the knees up, roll out a dodge, and land that diving double foot stomp. Brian Zane, what a match.
What a match indeed. If I were Kevin Blackwood, I would take a nice celebratory ice bath and chill in your hotel room for the rest of the night, because after all the amazing matches he's had today, he has earned it. And once again, what else does Kevin Blackwood have to do to get a shot at that Prestige World Championship?
Well, if I know a man like DREXL, win, lose, or draw, Him and Leon Slater, 0-1-2-1, are heading out to Fremont Street to party. But the straight edge Kevin Blackwood can sit in solace, knowing that for the second time here at the meet today, he is indeed your victor. Brian Zane, how about what we got coming at you up next? You got trios action was wild. 8-person tag team match on tap right now.
The hits keep coming and they don't stop coming.
I believe that was All-Star, excuse me, Smash Mouth who said that?
Absolutely.
In the song All-Star.
No, fanfare for the common man, actually.
I believe they also said all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold, and we're going to see a couple of stars head-to-head in our main event for the Prestige Wrestling World Championship.
Man, I think something's up with this radio dial. Well, I think Team Prestige is making their presence felt.
Someone fire that DJ. They got kimonos, they got masks, they got face paint. I believe they got armbands.
I thought my family was weird.
In many ways, UltraPOWER, DREXL, and Matt Brannigan, Team Prestige, the luckiest losers, all failing in their respective matchups at Rosewood 11 against the Midnight Heat. Elliot Tyler and Zack Sabre Jr. respectively. But I think they're using that as motivation here tonight to defend the pride of Prestige against the Commonwealth.
Another three-point landing from the Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion, Jaden. And how about Matt Brannigan? I mean, how about the run he's had this last year? This is his first WrestleMania weekend.
Took Zack Sabre Jr. to his limit not 5 days ago. But tonight has to contend with a whole nother crew of Brits and some Canadians. Have previously seen Zaya Brookside here in Prestige Wrestling against Amira back at Rosewood 6. Evan Rivers quickly becoming one the people love to hate as part of our Hawthorne events. Vaughn Vertigo making his debut back at Always the Hard Way against one Casey Ferreira. And Tate Mayfairs smack dab in the center making his Prestige debut.
How's that for an entrance? That was quite a pose.
Yeah, but they don't have the matching gear. I don't see face paint. I don't see superhero masks. I don't see armbands or kimonos.
Oh, they got that from one of the gift shops down the street. They had them on sale 4 for $20.
You're telling me you don't think Matt Brannigan just has a closet full of those things? You're a hater, man.
I don't think he pays for the kimonos. I don't think he lends them out. I think he expects them to buy their own.
It's Vaughn Vertigo, the V guy, starting things off here against Jaden the Unbelievable. In a costume-based jokes aside, Jaden with a lot to prove, Brian saying. He and Amira losing the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team titles to the Midnight Heat this past Saturday.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days at the office. Losing those tag titles must not have felt good, but on a show like this, it's all about what the next step is and what you can do to bounce back. Oh, look at that. Nice catch by Jaden. You know, the dynamic's very interesting with DREXL and Amira, considering it was last year, or maybe even longer, they had that brutal Rose City death match.
Absolutely. Roseland 7, a breakout moment in the career of Amira. No doubt part of what led her towards Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Championship glory alongside Jaden, but the Cerulean Star holding his own here against the V-Guy. Vaughn Vertigo, so impressive, a product of Canada. Taken down. Saw him once again in a losing effort, looking very impressive against Casey Ferreira. Back at always the hard way. Toronto boy rolling outside of the ring, and in comes Zaya Brookside, some wrestling royalty in her corner.
Absolutely, the daughter of English legend Robbie Brookside. I don't know if she's ever fought an opponent like DREXL before.
I'm going to stop you right there. There's no one like DREXL. You can't fight an opponent like DREXL because it doesn't exist. Tate Mayfairs, he's being the hero here. He's tagging in, and he's rethinking that right now. Trying to save Zaya Brookside, and buddy, you're all alone.
I think everyone else in the Commonwealth has done their homework on DREXL, and they want no part of it.
See Tate Mayfairs saying, what the F is that? I've been on the call for Prestige Wrestling for over 3 years now, Brian. I still got no idea.
He's a man of mystery, Jordan, I'll say that much. I think any match with him is going to generate a lot more questions than answers.
Clenching at the nipples of DREXL. This sadomasochist, he wants some more, Z-Man.
You know, it's a good thing for people like DREXL that professional wrestling exists.
Tate Mayfairs licking his chops. He's all about the upper crust. He's all about the high life, the finer things in life. And DREXL doesn't care. He just likes hurting people, licking them, kissing them, making them bleed.
Well,
ow! 2 for flinching. And a titty twister from DREXL to Mayfairs, tagging in the master of the titty twisters.
Oh man, yeah, this has got to be right up Brannigan's alley.
You know, it wasn't so long ago back at the Hawthorne Theater, we saw these two go in a war, and inside they just make better friends. This just makes so much more sense together.
You know, sometimes the best friendships are forged in combat, so I've seen weirder.
Shot to the gut here from Tate Mayfairs. Taking down Matt Brannigan, much more comfortable in there with Brannigan, but still makes the tag to Rivers.
Well, Brannigan is really, oh my goodness, proven himself with every passing month in Prestige Wrestling.
You know, Evan Rivers in so many ways the polar opposite of Matt Brannigan, who shoves off both he and Mayfairs. And a little slap ass to Rivers.
A little bum slap.
We saw it at the Cascadia Wrestling Cup. We saw it against ZSJ. This guy is not just sizzle. There is substance there for Matt Brannigan. He is a heck of a wrestler, even when he's putting the thumb up the bum.
Well, he doesn't want to admit it.
He also doesn't want to do it to Zaya Brookside. He said, I am putting that away, and I am tagging in Amira. And they say chivalry ain't dead, Brian Zane.
Well, he's just being polite, I guess.
Zaya Brookside looking like an honorary member of UltraPOWER here. With the blue and white, standing switches against Amira. Got her up. Thinking brainbuster, perhaps.
Oh, could be it. Wow.
Amira begging Zaya Brookside off. Commonwealth trying to recuperate on the outside here, Z-Man.
They're going to have to rethink their strategy. Maybe they should have gotten matching kimonos.
There's that giant drink from Matt Brannigan giving Bradley. Get our cameras back on Bradley. They missed it, but he was drinking on the job.
Well, I tell you, I think Brannigan's been working on that bad boy all day.
And we saw it a couple hours ago in the scramble match at West Coast Pro Vegas Vacation.
I don't know how you can even finish one of those. I got a headache once trying that halfway through.
And he's not doing it by himself, to be fair.
Didn't even get buzzed.
Giving some to DREXL, giving some to UltraPOWER, and opening up the distraction from Mayfairs, Rivers, Vertigo, and Brookside. Jaden superhero landing.
Wait a minute.
Turn their attention towards Amira's superhero landing of her own. Eye poke from DREXL, and well, okay, he's got the spirit.
That's one way of getting there. Now, what's Brannigan going to
Brannigan's
do?
asking Rivers. These two no strangers to one another. Saw them go head-to-head in thumb war back at the Hawthorne Theater, and Rivers isn't going to give him the satisfaction.
And Amir trying to resuscitate Brannigan after his attempted pose went horribly
I
wrong.
don't think that's how you do CPR.
Well, that's very fast. Yeah, exactly.
That's definitely not how you do CPR. Zaya Brookside drilling that knee into the neck of Amira.
I'm pretty sure that's the opposite.
Zaya Brookside
Oh!
really feeling herself here. Looking to get her win back after Roseland 6. Cover.
Oh, my goodness. You mean 11?
Zaya Brookside, Amira victorious over Zaya Brookside.
Okay.
Back at Roseland 6.
Got it, sorry.
I know short-term memory with you. It's all right.
Long day.
You're telling me. You're telling these athletes. Brookside stomping the fingers of the Tower of Power. Going to be a challenge for Amira to lift anyone over her shoulders for that world's strongest slam if she can't get a good grip on him. Amira in the wrong part of town here, Z-Man.
Absolutely. Mayfairs with a big old kick.
Mayfairs arguably with the most to prove in this matchup.
Maybe he could get drafted into American football. That looks like it could have gone some distance.
Something tells me Mayfairs thinks he'd be too good for American football. The tailgating, the celebrations, the fanfare of it all. It feels like it's beneath him, in his opinion.
Well, I can't disagree. Oh, my goodness.
Uppercut there, nobody home. Amira makes the tag to former tag team championship partner, Jaden the Unbelievable.
Big run here. He's got a lot of momentum, but oh, my goodness. That got momentum just escaped his body with those amazing shots.
The Commonwealth having their way with the superhero cover. Had a kick out. Forget physically being 100%. Again, there's no way Jaden's mentally 100%. Losing the Prestige Wrestling Tag Team titles, something he and Amira worked their entire Prestige Wrestling careers for, that type of disappointment doesn't go away overnight.
Absolutely. Both wrestlers have fought so hard for validation and those real big wins in Prestige. And for them to lose the belt so soon after winning, it's got to really take a lot of the wind out of their sails.
You'll see Jaden back in action May the 15th in association with West Coast Pro at Conquer the World. I think he makes it to that event. Evan Rivers, the Northern Star of professional wrestling. We're going to stake his claim here. What will a win over the former Prestige Wrestling Tag Team Champion mean, Brian?
Could mean a lot here for the career of Rivers. Brilliant exchange of momentum, and Jaden comes out on top in that one. Is he wearing two masks? I just now noticed that.
He sure is. He's double dipping a Northern Light suplex to the Northern Star, taking Mayfairs out of the ring, and here's the Devil.
Well, the Devil went down to Vegas, looking to steal a win here, and he's throwing some clotheslines to do it.
No fiddles are stopping this guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Meeting of the minds.
Well, I think DREXL with a fiddle, that act would really draw here in Vegas.
So now he's using Evan Rivers as a human weapon. Jawbreaker there from Rivers, turns the tide with the 5-on-2. The 10-on-4.
Holy guacamole!
I'm not even going to try to guess how many teeth this sicko has, but he's biting Mayfair's willy. And Zaya Brookside breaks up the fun, I guess, maybe.
Well, for at least one of them.
Brookside now, back to old rival Amira. Handful of hair. Jaden and Vertigo doing battle in the corner. Mayfairs, Brannigan.
Literally everyone is in the ring at once. Am I just the only one noticing this?
Referee Bradley certainly isn't.
He's just standing there.
Caden with a reversal on Vertigo. Brannigan with one to Mayfairs. DREXL with one to Rivers.
Oh boy, we got 4 people trapped. Oh boy, they really cinched it in tight.
Oh, they're tuning up the band here, man. He's thinking butt chin music. Amir to Brookside. Jade to Vertigo. Well, good game there, Brian Zane.
I guess. Big old slam by Brannigan.
Evan Rivers in the wrong part of town because Brannigan's gonna do a flip.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
I mean,
it never seems to go well, Brian.
Even when he doesn't flip, it doesn't go well.
Oh, the Commonwealth, Dragon, DREXL, and Jaden outside of the ring. Amira in there by herself. Brannigan with an accidental splash to the outside, and Vertigo scaling the top.
No flippage from Brannigan there. After reviewing the play.
Oh no. Amira hung out to dry here. Big headbutt from the V guy. He's traveled the world, Prestige, one of the big places. He has yet to make a name in a pinfall win.
Wait a minute, are you kidding me?
Coast to coast axe handle from Tate Mayfairs.
That was brilliant. Oh my
Swanton back to back. Tope con Hilo.
Oh my stars and garters, Amira's getting wrecked.
Neckbreaker from Brookside and Rivers. Not from this far away. No,
What
Tate
is she
Mayfairs.
doing?
Tate Mayfairs dragging Amira closer. And landing the snap suplex for good measure. Rivers thinking ultra-violent moonsault.
My goodness.
Commonwealth are going to steal this. Well, talk about killing the mood, Z-Man.
Hey, that was a hard-fought battle by both sides. If Rivers actually hit that moonsault from where Amir originally was, I would have booked a charter flight on his back home to Oregon because that kid can fly. But regardless, Amira was left all alone, leading to the end of Team Prestige. A tough loss for the foursome there. But you know what? Great cohesive unit. Brookside, Vertigo, Rivers, and Mayfair.
Well, Z-Man, so much more still yet to come, but right now we got something a little special for you. Take a look at this.
Okay. I remember seeing ELP for the first time in person back in 2018 when he won the British Super J Cup, and he beat a lot of impressive wrestlers in order to do it. And I knew then this guy had a lot of greatness ahead of him, and he's certainly proven that right.
This is the second time these two have lost horns. It's been almost 6 years since their last clash, and how much have they grown in that time, Brian Zane?
Well, both have grown tremendously, but you got to give the edge to ELP. He's had a lot of the larger exposure, of course, working with New Japan, becoming a member of Bullet Club, and of course he was one of the most recent IWGP World TV Champions.
Yes, former New Japan World Television Champion, former IWGP Tag Team Champion, a former two-time Strong Openweight Tag Team Champion, and a three-time IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion.
Right, he only recently lost the TV title to the great
Hold on.
Are
they going to do it? Oh, they did! So sweet.
Oh, hashtag couple goals.
Hashtag nothing to lose.
It's all about love here at Prestige Wrestling.
ELP and Michael Oku, two of the most exciting wrestlers on any given card for totally different reasons. ELP's got that explosivity. Michael Oku, much more of a ground and pound technician, but make no mistake about it, both these guys are well-rounded, Ryan.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're both multifaceted. You've got ELP, who's a high flyer and a striker. Oku, of course, he's at a cruiserweight angle to him, but he's also a great submission wrestler. We know that as much. So it's going to be really interesting to see which strategy wins the day here. I mean, it's really anyone's ball game.
So evenly matched are Oku and ELP. Hurricane Rana, but a cartwheel from ELP lands on his feet. Michael Oku unable to complete the save.
Oh my goodness, there's that agility.
Taken out of the ring by ELP, makes it look too easy, Z-Man.
I mean, he makes it look easy for a guy who traveled all the way from Tokyo, Japan to be here. That, of course, is where he makes his residence these days.
Taking a seat at the front row. Once again, fans, we love all of you watching live and free on YouTube, but gotta head to PrestigeWrestling.net. Gotta head to Patreon.com/PrestigeWrestling for first access at tickets to our great events. Let's get up close and personal with the action.
I think Amira, if she knows what's good for her, she should get out of Dodge. She just does not want to be caught in the crossfire of all this.
Amira's been awfully friendly towards ELP thus far. He is not returning that same friendliness to her gentleman.
And honestly, I think she is far too much in their space.
ELP now
trying to console her man mid-match.
Yeah, control of Michael Oku, rolling him back inside the ring. And make no bones about it. ELP explosive, as I said, cover. Kick out here.
Well, you can't spell explosive without the letters ELP.
Look at that, Brian Zane. Even a broken clock's right twice a day. But he's slowing the pace down here against Michael Oku. He doesn't want to get into this one too hot, too fast, get ahead of himself, especially against an accomplished technician like a Michael Oku.
Now look at this, ELP is playing along with the fans' emotions, using Oku's back as a drum.
ELP's cheeky, man. He's made a career out of it. He likes to mock. He loves to poke and prod his opponent psychologically.
He's a snarky fella.
The headbanger saying one more time. Looking to give the people what they want.
You ever notice they only ask for something one more time? Oh my gosh, I don't want to see that any more times. That was brutal.
Neither does Michael Oku, neither does Amira. Sent to the cement floor on the outside, and Oku with those push-ups. He is feeling it, Brian Zane, in firm control of this matchup.
ELP's certainly doing some interesting push-ups, and he is full of confidence. He is full of momentum, too. And look at this. This is, I don't know if you call it overconfidence or, you know, just a disrespectful attitude or what, but he's kept the ropes open for a near unconscious Oku.
I mentioned that one and only singles encounter between those two 6 years ago. ELP victorious on that occasion. So I ask you this, Z-Man. What does he have to do, what does Oku, I should say, have to do differently here tonight for a different result against the headbanger?
Well, I don't know, maybe Amira's a good ace in the hole after all. If she keeps distracting ELP the way she's been. Oh, brother.
That almost got real bad, real quick.
That would have been a long flight back to England.
Amira's a distraction, all right. A distraction for Michael Oku, at least thus far. Take nothing away from her managerial skills, but that's just the way it's gone tonight.
Boy, that could have been disastrous for Oku, especially. Man, nice stopping ability. He's able to slow his momentum down there.
ELP staggered. Oku from the second.
Regained his balance. Nice missile drop kick, full force, pushing those feet into ELP's chest.
How about the war Michael Oku had with MJF this past summer, defending the pride of his native UK.
That's right, Oku's been very busy, very prolific. And I'll tell you what, it's this time of year here in the States, Oku gets a chance to shine.
Back and forth they go, trading shots. Oku perhaps the svelter of the two, but still power behind those punches.
Absolutely, look at that!
Tornado DDT using the ropes. Cover. Only a two.
I'll tell you what, that takes a special blend of agility and wherewithal to pull off a move like that so nimbly.
The people rallying behind Michael Oku here. Something that's very different I'm seeing here compared to his previous encounter with Titus Alexander back at Nervous Breakdown for the West Coast Pro Heavyweight title is that Oku's controlling the pace. He was matching Titus. They were going hold for hold, dive for dive, handspring for handspring. Not the case here.
I mean, Oku was within an eyelash of winning the West Coast Pro title that night.
Thinking half crab perhaps. ELP saw it coming.
Ooh, man, that was a stiff-looking kick.
Springboard, lands on his feet. Springboard of ELP's own cross-body variation.
Well, taste of Oku's own medicine.
There's the springboard moonsault. Cover. And a kick. No, only a two.
This has been a great back and forth of the aerial style. ELP is basically saying to Oku, oh, you think you can throw something at me like that? That's really cute. Let me hit you back twofold.
Now, trying to beat Oku in his own game, perhaps. I thought a submission hold instead of torture rack.
Oh, baby.
Power here from ELP. But Oku escapes. Waistlock. Off the ropes.
Oh, boy, that knee right to the temple just rocked the ELP.
Big time knee strike. And if at first you don't succeed, try again. Cover. And a kick out. Immediately into that half crab.
Look at that, no wasted motion. Oku sees it coming, goes right for the moneymaker.
And I want to point out, Brian, saying Michael Oku with the springboard moonsault onto the legs. I thought maybe that was accidental, a bit off in his positioning. I don't think so. I think he's trying to soften up those legs for this half crab.
That's a very good point, and he's got him here. The torque on that knee, he just needs a bit more of a lift. But look at this.
ELP reaching towards the ropes, reaching towards Amira.
Great timing by Oku there to pull him away.
Anything and everything that will get him reprieve, and he gets there.
Oh, but that extra little bit of pressure. Oku sitting on the lower back of ELP is the last little bit of damage.
Last-ditch effort there from Phantasmo, but how much did even 30, 45 seconds in that half crab take out of him?
It could have taken almost everything here. How's ELP going to come back from this? His body contorted in a couple of different directions here, and you see he's feeling the effects. Oh boy, look out!
Big missile drop kick. ELP planted on the apron, and now Michael Oku reveling in the love, reveling in the hate, reveling in the energy here at the meet.
Boy, if confidence could be converted into energy, I think he could power the Vegas Strip for a couple hours. Look at this, and of course the fans have made way. They don't want to be anywhere near ELP because he's in the drop zone.
And Oku's dropping!
Wow, man!
Fosbury flop! Effortless from Oku!
Wow, that is athleticism personified. The way he was able to shooting star press himself from the inside out. My goodness.
Bit of a mixed reception there for Michael Oku while he was in the ring before that maneuver. Afterwards, nothing mixed about it. Synonymous in their love were the Prestige faithful.
Oku now not done taking to the air, but check out the quick thinking by ELP to break that up.
ELP with a cheap shot here. Head drilled into the nether regions of Michael Oku. Not sure if referee Fidel saw it, doesn't matter now. Got him hooked for that superplex.
Look at that. Oku though still up, that makes him a sitting duck.
ELP is staggered here, but he returns to the top. Once again, thinking superplex.
Oh boy, it could be a bad landing for both guys here.
Forget a sitting duck. Duck's about to get planted.
Ooh, man.
Maintains control.
ELP's not done.
Got him back up into that torture rack positioning.
Cutthroat driver.
Burning hammer. Cover.
Well, that's gotta be a good.
Oh.
My goodness.
See, Brian, you can see the frustration creeping into the face of El Phantasmo.
Yep, he's looking frustrated. Dare I say, he's starting to look a little tired. He can't let this get into his head, though. He needs to keep focus.
Who do you think has the better gas tank? Is it ELP? Is it Michael Oku?
You know what? I'd call it about equal, but you know what ELP doesn't have? Amira at ringside.
Amira trying to will on her man.
Just to be clear, it's Valet Amira, not wrestler Amira.
I got it.
Okay.
ELP tuning up the band.
Different hair.
Looking for that different face, different everything. Oku, don't look behind you. You won't like the view. Super kick cut.
Quick thinking, caught him and gave him one back.
Oku with his own taste of educated feet. But ELP's not going quietly into this long night. Off comes the elbow pad. Oku knew that his head was going with it.
Oh boy, he knew the first one could miss, the second one did not.
And neither did that. I'll say it now, off comes the head of Michael Oku. ELP drapes the arm over, but it's not enough.
Wow, check out the resiliency of Oku here. These two men have both been able to withstand so much.
Oh, Oku perhaps setting up for that CR2. This is a game ender if he hits this. Oku knows it, reversing, Hurricane Rana.
Oh, nice.
No.
Now imagine the feather in the cap it would be for Oku to come out winning
here. Roll up once again.
Be a former TV champion in New Japan, former Bullet Club member.
Currently one of the best in the company. Oku with a back slide, shoulders down. No! Look at Oku there. All the leverage possible. A half handstand of sorts.
Boy, that hand went down for three and
covered off the super kick.
Oh! I'll tell you what, those last couple, they really could have gone another way.
Canadian Revolution 2. And I don't think he's getting a 2 count.
Yeah, there we go.
Oku with the shoulder up.
How did Oku do that? How did he get that in his...
Well, ELP doesn't have time to wonder. He's looking at double cap with the Thunder Kiss 86.
Well, that's going to do it for sure. We saw some death-defying near falls in that one. I couldn't believe where Slater, where Oku was getting some of this stuff from.
For the second time, ELP picking up a big-time singles victory over Michael Oku, the master of the half crab. Sits 0-2 at Prestige Wrestling, but one hell of an effort.
Absolutely, ELP reminding everyone why he's truly one of the best in the world today. You know, give Oku credit because he really took him to the limit there. But man, Oku, he's a master of the half crab, but he ain't no headbanger.
You can see Oku really feeling the effect. The CR2 is one thing. The Thunder Kiss 86 immediately to follow up. It's a wonder the man's on his knees. It's a wonder he's conscious.
Well, looky there. Nice little showing of respect from the winner. That's some good sportsmanship.
Real recognize real here. From Britain to Canada to Japan, all convening here in Las Vegas. We just saw something special, Z-Man.
The chant of DREXL. You got ELP and Oku showing their common bond over wrestling in the UK. That was pretty nice. That was pretty neat, Jordan.
ELP in so many ways, an adopted son of the United Kingdom, has spent so much time over there honing his craft, building his name, and so much respect for that style that Michael Oku so proudly embodies.
Well, that match in and of itself embodied just what Prestige Wrestling is all about, whether it's Las Vegas, whether it's WrestleMania weekend, whether it's Roseland Theater, whether it's Los Angeles. This is the caliber of athlete and the quality of competition you're going to get every event at Prestige Wrestling, whether it's live or whether it's for the Hawthorne Theater. It's amazing. Every Prestige Wrestling event is one to watch.
Back to the Cleveland Armory May 15th for Conquer the World with West Coast Pro. Back to the Vermont Hollywood in Los Angeles on June 1st with West Coast Pro and DPW. Back to the Viking Pavilion, the big one, the Muchacho. July 13th, Timeless Tony Storm in Prestige Wrestling.
Are you saying that the show is the Muchacho
Show
or Tony Storm is the Muchacho?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, a lot of the audience here knows the lyrics to this by heart.
To me, this isn't even synonymous with the show anymore. I hear this and I think about one woman, the smiley one herself.
She's back in Prestige Wrestling.
And what a visual to see her tag team partner, Nicole Matthews, come out to this entrance theme. She doesn't seem too pleased. You know, Brian, individually, Smiley, Kylie, Ray, and Nicole Matthews, two of the most talented professional wrestlers doing it today. I'm not so sure they have the edge in tag team competition, especially against their opponents.
Well, they've got different philosophies and mindsets just from the body language alone. But yes, will they be able to take on this duet? All right.
stepping foot into an American independent wrestling ring for the first time ever. Las Vegas feeling awfully inspired here tonight. Australia. We saw them capture TNA Knockouts Tag Team Gold. But since their time away from New York, Cassie Lee, Jessica McKay, breaking out into the American independence, and we could not be more honored to host their first expedition.
Great reception for the Inspiration, two ladies who came up together in the world of Australian wrestling, tag teaming together through all the ranks. They've won gold together. It's been quite a story, and been some roadblocks along the way and some hiccups, but they're back, and I think these people are ready for it.
So glad you mentioned that time coming up together. Really friends their entire adult lives, chasing this dream and realizing this dream alongside one another. The Inspiration trained by a woman by the name of Madison Eagles. And if you know anything about Madison Eagles, you know about the legendary wars she's had with that woman in the green and black, Nicole Matthews.
Bit of a full circle moment here for sure.
In many ways, Matthews and Eagles married to each other in Shimmer. Shout out one, Dave Prazak. So you have to think if there's anyone who knows how to combat the expertise, the tag team expertise of Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay, it's Nicole Matthews.
She certainly has the inside track. And of course, one thing to keep in mind is that, you know, hey, Nicole Matthews and Kylie Ray haven't been teaming before this, but the Inspiration have been hardly wrestling before this, so at least the ring rust is off for their competition. Nicole Matthews not taking her opponent very seriously.
Trying to get in the head of Cassie Lee here, and it doesn't seem to enjoy the antics, be it from her opponents or her tag team partner Kylie Ray. Nicole Matthews takes herself and the sport of professional wrestling very seriously, but a shoulder block from Lee takes her off her feet.
Now they know how to put on a show.
They know how to do a whole lot more than that. I mentioned former TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They've done it all, they've won it all. I'm looking for the same here in Prestige. Kylie Ray, the legal woman. Oh, Jessica McKay tagged in with an axe handle.
Nice double team maneuver there. I'll tell you what, when they won the Women's Tag Team Championships, a lot of people complained about it. They thought they weren't worthy of the gold, but I think that just exposes,
Maestro. No.
further exposes just how good they actually were.
Again, I think so many people see the fun-loving, the dancing around, the pulling poses and pulling faces, and they think, that's all these ladies are. Couldn't be further from the truth. Cassie Lee, the nice axe handle to Kylie Ray here, and Kylie Ray with a rough go of things lately in terms of her win-loss record in Prestige Wrestling, Brian.
In Prestige, absolutely. She's been trying to stay on track and get some high-quality wins, but those have been few and far between.
Fell to the likes of Masha Slamovic, Shamira, and Miyu Yamashita. Not only few and far between, she has yet to find one. Still looking for that first win, and what a first win it would be over the Inspiration, spoiling their return to professional wrestling.
That's right.
Up and over goes Cassie Lee. Big arm drag, and another.
Nice.
In comes Nicole Matthews. She's seen enough.
She had that scouted. Oh, nice.
Cover.
Roll up here.
Nicole Matthews wasn't born yesterday.
She's crafty.
She is an 18-year veteran in the sport of professional wrestling. A child born when Nicole Matthews started her professional wrestling career could legally vote, Brian Zane.
How about that?
Taken out of the ring by Cassie Lee. In comes Kylie Ray. Sunset flip.
Oh, into the ropes. That's got to be broken up.
Oh, cover here from Lee. Back and forth they go. You mentioned these women fairly evenly matched. Of course, the Inspiration, a more well-oiled machine as a tag team. Nicole Matthews and Kylie Ray, more recent experience, perhaps less ring rust. Who do you give the edge to here, Brian?
Oh, well, I would almost give the edge to the Inspiration. Again, they've been to the top of the mountain in multiple places. They have that big match experience under the bright lights. Not to discount the experience of Ray and Matthews.
Cover from McKay. The Inspiration, of course, already confirmed for July 13th. Combat Clash 25, also featuring Matt Cardona, Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, and I guess the Muchacho, Timeless Tony Storm. So, lot to prove heading into that night.
Well, maybe Tony can get into a movie called The Muchacho. And then that will line up.
But we digress. Kylie Ray in control of the matchup here over Jessica McKay. And this is some of that attitude we've seen from Kylie Ray. Perhaps a result of that less than stellar win-loss record.
Well, Kylie thought she had it scouted against Jessica McKay, but she's saying, you gotta be joking me. Look at that.
Tip my tongue, Ryan Zane. In comes Cassie Lee. Wrench in the arm. Down goes Kylie. Face first. Nicole Matthews in now. Looking for the same here.
There's that tag team fluidity again. They have it, and Ray and Matthews go, and they're certainly not double IIconic.
Look at that, Brian.
They haven't lost a step, Jordan.
Picturesque, man. Put it in the Louvre. Nicole Matthews dragging Kylie Ray around. She's calling it quits? Come on, man. What would Eagles think?
Well, this would certainly be a win for the Inspiration. Maybe not the ones they had in mind.
The Inspiration aren't going to take it. They waited 3 long years to return to independent professional wrestling, to return to professional wrestling as a whole.
What an inspirational escape attempt by Nicole and Kylie. Oh!
Meeting of the minds. You know, Kylie Ray told me yesterday, a little inside baseball, that this match is the whole reason she cleared her calendar and made herself available for this weekend here in Las Vegas. Might be regretting that now.
Well, this is certainly the weekend you want to make your schedule open, and this is a show to be at. Prestige Wrestling. I mean, there's dozens of shows happening in Las Vegas this weekend, and I'm telling you right now, this has got to be one of the best, if not the best, you're going to see.
McKay's throat colliding with that top rope. Cassie Lee taking the fight to Kylie Ray. Gone are the days of dancing and posing and snickering. Nicole Matthews with a cheap shot. Lee's knee met with the ring apron.
She's had enough of the fun and the games.
Cover. Kick out.
And what a statement that would be, too, for Nicole Matthews and Kylie Ray to upset the Inspiration in their big, the big opening salvo of their independent run.
You know, I gotta say, the Kylie Ray that I knew, the Kylie Ray that I first met a couple years ago, I don't think she would have taken this underhanded work from Nicole Matthews. I don't think she would have stood for it or participated in it. I think she is so desperate after losing match after match after match here in Prestige Wrestling that she's taking these uncharacteristically low roads here, Brian.
Oh boy, you can hear the screaming.
Cover.
I mean, that looked painful as all get out.
And they found a target with the knee, of Cassie Lee. Dragging her to the center. Wrenching that leg.
I want to know, has she updated her resume at all in the last 3 years? Has she got a new headshot? Is there new, references listed?
Brian Zane, how is that of any importance?
Never mind that now. Focus on the match.
Nicole Matthews focusing on Cassie Lee, but diverting her focus here, nearly letting Cassie tag in partner Jessica McKay. Nicole Matthews is spending a lot of time. She's splitting the difference here. Keeping Kylie in check, taking the fight to the Inspiration. Maybe too much for Matthews to bear.
Jessica is dazed here, the center of the ring, and right now there's unbelievable amount of torque on that ankle.
Cassie reaching for that tag. She knows Jessica needs it in a bad way. Big kicks there, trying to escape, trying to reach towards Cassie. Nicole Matthews is not going to let it go.
Boy, the resilience on display here might not be enough, and boy, McKay is in the wrong part of town.
She's getting in the face of Cassie Lee. Cassie's got to know better than this.
Oh, nice timing.
Yeah, but she's on one limb. Got a clip wing here.
Oh boy, some accidental collision on the apron, giving Jessica the opening she needs.
Crawling towards Cassie. But there is a mile between her and her tag team partner. She makes it. In comes Cassie Lee.
Chopping at the bit to get some in-ring action. Beautiful clotheslines.
I'm not sure if I'm watching 2025 Prestige Wrestling or 2013 Shimmer here. This is unreal.
Here we go now.
Cassie Lee sent careening into Matthews.
Oh no, I think Kylie just sabotaging her own partner a couple of different ways there.
A saboteur here.
What?
Saboteur.
All right.
Cassie Lee now thinking tornado DDT. Will it get her the 1, 2, 3?
Oh man, that could be it. Planted Nicole there. Good. Oh boy.
A little delayed, crawling over to that cover. Can hardly blame her. It takes a lot out of you in terms of body and breath, landing a move like a tornado DDT, but I think that might have cost Cassie the cover.
Well, Nicole is extraordinarily tough. She's been in some wars, all right.
Saw her in the inaugural Cascadia Wrestling Cup. Very impressive performance there. Now Matthews thinking inverted DDT perhaps. No! Kylie with a blind tag.
Oh, that could be a working strategy here.
Neckbreaker.
Oh!
Super kick.
Wow. That could knock some teeth loose.
Cover. No, broken up by McKay.
Now, and that is weak on defense by Matthews. She could have been in a position to stop that breakup.
Matthews clearly feeling the effect of this matchup. These ladies have been going for a while now. Nicole, got to be careful of that gas tank. Got to be careful to save energy, especially for things like this, sitting in deep to that single-legged Boston Crab.
We're seeing that a lot tonight across the show with various degrees of success.
Kylie perhaps looking for the same, but Cassie evades.
Look at that, the torque on that leg, and look at this, we've got some dueling half crabs here. Who's gonna relent?
One of their own here. Is it future or is it past?
Oh man, look at that. Neither woman was gonna wait to let the other one blink first.
You know, the more things change, the more they stay the same, Brian Zane, Cassie Lee, and Nicole Matthews. Hold on, Kylie, roll up, look at her steal it. No.
Wow. There we go now, and look at this, Kylie's barely able to stand.
Both Kylie Ray and Cassie Lee recently becoming mothers over the course of the last couple years. No doubt newfound inspiration for both of them. Jessica McKay muscles are out. Tag team offense here.
Planted her.
Excellent.
You talk about them being recent mothers. Well, man, Kylie Ray just face planted after a long day with the kid, because that was an incredible maneuver to drive her down and give the Inspiration this inspirational victory. What a return to form for Lee and McKay. You love to see it.
Welcome back to professional wrestling. Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay, please stay a while. At least until July 13th. Combat Clash 2025. The Inspiration staking their claim here in Prestige Wrestling.
That's right, and who's going to be lined up to take them on when we're back at the Viking Pavilion? That's going to be a great match no matter who will oppose the Inspiration.
Time away from the ring is no match for sisterhood. McKay and Lee have not lost a step. Cheetah girls, Cheetah sisters. Brian Zane, we still got one more to go. The Prestige Wrestling World Championship to be decided in our main event.
And boy, this is going to be a huge test for Alan Angels after the shocking betrayal at the hands of Sinner and Saint last week in Portland, Oregon. Can the Rockstar star, keep his composure, and hold on to the World Championship against a very motivated heavyweight hustle.
Alan Angels has had a really, really awful week, and I will save my opinion about that.
Here with me on the roof, Las Vegas, Nevada, and those watching at home. The following contest is set to no disqualification and will be decided by one fall. It is for the Prestige Wrestling World Championship, and it's your main event of the evening!
Alan Angels has had an awful week. If he loses tonight in the main event against Calvin Tateman for the Prestige Wrestling World Championship, it's going to be the most awful week of the young man's life.
I'm not sure Angels could handle losing his family members in the noise and the Prestige World Championship in the span of a week. So his back's definitely going to be against the wall, especially in a no disqualification environment.
Come on!
Hey, that's one way to do it.
Give me a break, man. From behind. I don't care if it's no disqualification. Alan Angels are battering heavyweight hustle Calvin Tateman with a steel chair and a steel trash can from behind. Some champion.
I'll tell you what, he's learned his lesson after the last few months, dealing with a maniac like DREXL and barely fighting off someone like Timothy Thatcher last week. And you've got more enemies than friends. Yeah, you better strike first. You better strike from behind. Do what you got to do to survive, because when you're the champion, you've got a target on your back, Jack.
Alan Angels has a very strong case for the greatest Prestige Wrestling champion in company history.
There you go.
It is moves like that, sneak attacking his opponent from behind while they're making their entrance, that makes that so hard to argue for.
If it's a no disqualification match, if you signed your name on the contract, you get what you signed up for. Do you remember how Angels barely survived that match with Evil Uno? I barely survived that match.
Shut up, Brian.
But then when I went back and watched the tape, I saw a lot of resiliency in the performance by the champion. That's how he survived Evil Uno. That's how he survived Thatcher and DREXL, and how he could survive here against Tankman.
Tankman's a big dude. We saw that on display back at Roseman 11 against Tomohiro Ishii, taking the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion to his limit. It was at that event, after the betrayal from Sinner and Saint, in the backstage area, that Tankman says, "Show me what you got. You're a man by yourself now? Show me if you can hang. No DQ, Prestige Wrestling World title." Alan Angels was hanging all right, hanging courtesy of that chain choke from Tankman.
That was not a great moment for the champion, absolutely, but I think in an environment such as this, it really levels the playing field. I mean, yes, Tankman is bigger and stronger and a lot nastier, but when the potential for weapons and environmental damage comes into play, I think Angels has as good a chance as anyone.
Alan Angels deposited right next to those Prestige Wrestling fans. He has made a career out of drawing the ire of. He has made a career out of spoiling the good time of. And let me ask you, Brian, does this no disqualification environment still favor Alan Angels? Because I'm not sure. A week ago, I would have said yes. With Sinner and Saint in the backstage area, ready to strike, I would have said yes. Here tonight, a man by his lonesome? Not so sure.
Well, yes, obviously, he has been affected by the departure of Sinner and Saint. But like I said, when he's back against the wall, that's when he's at the most dangerous. Uh-oh, that's pretty dangerous too. Look out.
Steel chair across the back of Alan Angels. It was our guest of honor back at Roseland 11, who Alan Angels found himself in the crosshairs of. Hold on.
These fans, were smart.
One X-Pac Sean Waltman, who told me once that chair shots with the back, to the back I should say, the most painful variation of the steel chair shot.
I mean, that's true. When you don't see it coming, that can really affect you in ways that, it might differ if you see it coming.
Tankman's bringing out chair after chair after chair here.
It's all legal.
Dug into the midsection of Angels.
Oh no, look out. Oh,
Just creaming Angels with that steel chair. Right across the bald head.
makes a more interesting sound that way.
Bald is beautiful, except without Angels. It's my philosophy.
Well, Tateman seems to be having some fun here.
And why shouldn't he? After what Angels put him through, a sneak attack! Why shouldn't he drop him back first on a steel chair?
Yikes!
I'm going to say it, Brian Zane. I might eat my words. I might put my foot in my mouth. I think tonight is the night Alan Angels loses that Prestige Wrestling World Championship. Without Sinner and Saint, in this type of no DQ environment against an athlete like Calvin Tankman, I think it's done.
Well, luck be a lady tonight, and Angels could crap out if Tankman has his way.
That's what I was looking for earlier, crap out. And that's what Tankman was looking for, a door. And he found one, but a day late and a dollar short. Tope Suicida from Alan Angels, sending that door careening into Tankman.
Candy grab for Tankman.
Nothing sweet about it. Covering Tankman in that door. I'd say go for a count-out victory. Can't get it here. No count-outs. No disqualification. Match has to be won inside the ring, but it can't be lost outside the ring.
Man, when you're at such a size disadvantage as Alan Angels is, you really got to be creative in your offense and the way you wear down your opponent. And thank goodness for him, or at least I'm sure he's thanking the heavens that those doors were placed under the ring.
My mind goes to the last time Prestige Wrestling came to the meet in Las Vegas. Big main event, Speedball Mike Bailey head-to-head with Sandra Moon. They used doors, they used chairs, as Angels wraps that chain around the neck of Tankman. And those were two sportsmen, right? Those were two people just trying to win a professional wrestling match.
Right.
They weren't villains like Alan Angels. The Prestige Wrestling World Championship wasn't up for grabs. What type of violence are we going to see brought to the meet in our main event this go-around?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. And keep in mind, both of these individuals, as I've alluded to, they've each wrestled at least once earlier today.
Oh! Swing! Bada bada! Alan Angels with a steel chair to Calvin Tankman cover.
Oh boy.
Folded the trash can lid, but Tankman hasn't folded yet.
Tell you what, if they can bring Major League Baseball to Las Vegas, I think that they should give Angels a call.
I prefer Alan A-hole, but that works. It works too.
This is going to be a Herculean effort here for Angels to try and get Tankman up for anything.
Yeah, we saw how difficult it was for Tomohiro Ishii to muscle Calvin Tankman up. And Angels, talented, capable though he may be, he is no stone pitbull.
No, but he just dropped Tankman on his head.
Cover.
Could be it. Holding on to that goal.
No.
Wow. You know, he didn't have to pick Tankman up. He had to pull him down.
You can see Angels getting frustrated here. Mouthing off at referee Devin Campbell. Really thought that was it, and why shouldn't he?
I mean, Tankman was so close to the ropes there.
Steel colliding with the head of Tankman, bending that trash can lid in sick and twisted directions. Now Angels battering the back of Heavyweight Hustle. But he's not going down, Z-Man.
Ah! Boy. You could feel that in Tonopah.
Tankman has failed at capturing one championship here tonight. He's not looking to go 0 for 2.
Oh man, I think he just made Tankman angry.
Calvin Tankman has found his second win here.
I don't think a man like him even needs a weapon.
His body's weapon enough as is.
That's right.
Angel shrugged off.
Those meat hooks are weapons. Look at those quick shots, and the back fist is avoided.
Angel ducks the Huracan, steel chair in hand.
Oh,
Connects
no.
with his own shiny dome.
Oh dear, that's not good. Oh!
Big splash.
Yeah, using the chair assist there too.
Tankman now.
Oh boy, this can never end well.
We're gonna make Angels take a seat. Brain buster. The neck of Alan Angels folds the steel chair. We got a new champ.
Oh, brother. That was a close one, Jordan.
Calvin Tankman has tasted championship gold in this world before. Former DPW World's Champion. We know he doesn't want to be without a strap for long, Z-Man. He wants to own, he wants to rule Prestige Wrestling.
You win the belt, you get a pay increase, and that's what it's all about. And Tankman, you said it, he wants this more than anything. He could be one powerbomb away from achieving glory.
Trying to muscle Angels up here. Clubbing blows to the back, courtesy of Tankman.
Give credit to Angels. He is fighting his way through this.
Sandbagging himself here is Angels, and take nothing away from the power of Tankman. But after all, he's absorbed in the ring, on the outside, doors, chairs, trash can lids, that steel chain. No way I should say, his power is 100%.
Absolutely, could be do or die time.
Pops him up, thinking Huracan, but Angels catches him. Halo stretch. Angels going for the Halo stretch, but Tankman might be too big.
Did you see how he caught that elbow, though, to even get in this position? I mean, he may not get the Halo stretch locked in, but he avoided disaster for sure.
Repeated forearm strike, shades of former partner, former Noise cohort, Judas Icarus, perhaps.
He taught Judas that.
No way. And back to that shade.
Oh boy, this is no disqualification.
Angels knows he can't pin Tankman. He's gonna knock him clean out. Dreadlock smothering the face.
Oh no.
Chain across the throat. Halo stretch cinched in.
He's trying to choke him out while he bends his arms backwards.
Don't care how big and powerful you are, Z-Man. If your flow of breath is neutralized, you are done, you are cooked, you are toast.
Oh my goodness, this is probably the most compromised Tankman has been, but look at the straight, he's able to roll out of it.
And he
look
does.
At that. Unbelievable.
Tankman now, like a monster unchained.
Oh my goodness, if that doesn't put him away, what will?
Pops him up, this time the Huracan lands.
That one connected, we can have a new champion right here, Jordan.
No!
Wow, history almost made there, but give Angels all the credit in the world to power out of that. I don't know how he did that. Even you have to give him credit, Jordan.
It's the worst part of my job, but you're absolutely right. Alan Angels with ungodly fortitude. In spite of the betrayal from Sinner and Saint, he is fighting through hell and high water to remain Prestige Wrestling World Champion.
Well, I talked about the motivation that Sinner and Saint had after stepping away from Alan Angels. They had something to prove, and so does Alan. I mean, he's got to be able to prove that he does not need Icarus and Williams at his side.
And what does that say? If Angels loses tonight in his first defense without the noise, Sinner and Saint were the glue all along. He was nothing without him. Plain and simple.
Well, I think the outcome of this match will certainly determine that.
Tankman.
What has Calvin got in mind here?
I think he's thinking door bridge. Trash can lid to Angels for good measure, keeping him neutralized. Tankman wants to take Angels. Send Angels, I should say, careening through that door.
I don't like the look of this one bit. You can see Tankman, I didn't know he had a degree in engineering.
If Angels could see, I don't think he'd like the look of it either. But he's only just now coming to. Might not realize where he is.
Boy, this is getting into risky territory here. If Tankman puts Angels through those doors, it is lights out. And we are going to witness the beginning of a new era in Prestige.
Angels begging referee Devin Campbell. There is nowhere to go. There is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide.
This could be the end.
Not just of the match, but of Alan Angel's time as Prestige Wrestling World Champion. Tankman, he's done.
Oh
no
boy.
Way.
What's he got in mind here? He's
They're
got
shot in hell, man.
Got him in position for something.
Tankman's looking to fly. Slap from Alan Angels. chop for good measure. I'm not sure, I hate to say it, I'm not sure if Tankman gave Angels enough credit there. Didn't put him in position, didn't make sure he was in position well enough.
Tankman might have been caught slipping here, but now he is the one in a precarious position because I don't like the look of his flight path, if you get my meaning. Oh boy, look out, he's gonna hit him with the Hurricane Rana.
No, he's not. Because Tankman caught him in midair. He says, not today, champ, not today. Avalanche power bomb.
Oh my!
Through the doors. Cover him, Calvin. Cover him for Christ's sake.
That's gotta be it. It's over.
If Tankman can get over, it is. Drapes the arm.
New champ.
No,
What?
not yet, Zay, not yet.
I cannot believe that.
You know, usually this is where Sinner and Saint, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams would make their presence known. After a near fall like that, we know that ain't happening tonight.
I mean, I'm one of the most ardent Alan Angel supporters out there, but even I am surprised he's still in this thing.
We've said it before in the Devil's Playground against DREXL, that main event against Evil Uno back at Combat Clash PDX. Alan Angels can go there. When he needs to, chips are down, his opponents bring it out of him, he can go there. And he's certainly going there here tonight.
But what's Tankman got to do? I mean, he powerbombed the guy through 2 doors. Once he got left in his arsenal, he hit him with the back elbow.
He's setting up a chair bridge here. Says if wood won't do it, steel alone should.
Oh my gosh.
Shot to the chest. Tankman says, you talking to me? Angels ain't talking at all right now.
No, I think the time for talking, we've gone well past that. And right now, boy, I tell you what, Alan's prospects as champion are not looking good.
Oh, headbutt from Tankman. Joining Angels at the top. But Angels with a handful of hair. Oh, Z-Man. This is precarious. Hold on, what the?
Hey, wait a minute. That's Jordan Cruz.
What the hell is Jordan Cruz doing out here?
Oh my goodness, look out below!
Powerbomb! Tasted Tankman's own medicine. Powerbomb through the chairs. We saw Jordan Cruz make his presence felt.
What's his game?
Dominant victory over BYP, but what business does he have with Angels? Even the champ doesn't seem to know.
Alan is in shock at this. Did he orchestrate this? His face?
I don't think so.
His face tells a different story, but what's Cruz thinking?
Come on, man. Just when I thought we were done with this.
Oh, man.
Halo strike.
Oh, my goodness. No disqualification. The referee can only sit and watch.
Alan Angels retains the Prestige Wrestling World title.
He did it again. Well, through it all, Jordan Castle, you might not like it, but the champ always has a plan, or does he?
I talked about Jordan Cruz making a statement with his win here tonight. That is a statement. Aligning himself with Prestige Wrestling World Champion Alan Angels with Jordan Cruz by his side. The darkest timeline ain't going anywhere.
Oh, man. Alan Angels aligned with a powder keg in Jordan Cruz. I mean, that man's a maniac. How's the champ gonna fare with that guy in his corner?
Well, we will see you May 15th at Conquer the World. As much as it might sicken me to say, with Jordan Cruz seemingly in his corner, the world belongs to Alan Angels.